Listen, brother, come a little closer for this one, because what I'm about to tell you isn't game, it isn't manipulation, it's truth. And once you understand it, you'll never chase anyone again. Here's the part nobody tells you: ignoring a woman only works when you've finally stopped ignoring yourself. When your silence comes from strength, not fear. When you pull back because you respect your energy, your peace, your time, not because you want a reaction. Most men don't get this. They use silence as a tactic. They wait by the phone, pretending they don't care while they're dying inside. But you're not doing that anymore. Your silence is discipline. Your distance is clarity. Your absence is self-worth in motion. And the moment you stop giving her that constant stream of attention, something quietly shifts. She starts wondering why the compliments stopped, why the good morning text disappeared, why the man who once cared suddenly seems unfazed. That uncertainty hits deeper than any words you could have said. Because here's the dark psychology behind it all. Humans chase what feels rare. And when you step back, when you prioritize your life, your goals, your mission, you become rare again. You become the man she can't quite read, can't fully predict, can't easily replace. Remember this: a man who can control his attention controls his value. And silence from a strong man is louder than begging from a broken one. So sit back, breathe, and let her feel the space you created. You're not punishing her, you're honoring yourself. And that, brother, is why it works. At first, she'll act like nothing happened. She'll scroll through her phone, laugh a little louder with her friends, post something unbothered on her story, all to prove a point she doesn't even believe. That's the ego talking. Ego hates uncertainty. Ego hates losing attention. Ego hates not being the center of someone's world anymore. She puts on a performance. She tells herself, I'm fine. I don't care. He'll text eventually. But that voice only works when the attention is still coming. When your silence stretches, when your energy isn't feeding her anymore, those lines stop working. Because here's the truth behind the mask. On the inside, she's checking her notifications more than usual. She's replaying old conversations. She's questioning moments she brushed off. She's comparing this version of you, calm, distant, unavailable, to the man she used to have wrapped around her finger. That shift hits her deeper than you think. Not because she's losing you, but because she's losing the comfort of knowing you'd always be there. That certainty used to be her power. Now it's gone. The distractions? They help for a moment. The I'm busy, the I'm talking to someone else, the I don't care if he talks to me or not. It all sounds good out loud. But late at night, when the noise is gone, when the phone is quiet, that's when the truth catches her. That's when she feels the space you created. That's when she starts wondering why it doesn't feel the same when other guys text her, why the attention she's getting feels cheap, predictable, replaceable. She'll never admit it, but that discomfort isn't about you ignoring her. It's about her losing emotional control, and nothing shakes a woman more than realizing the man she expected to chase stopped chasing. When you finally pull your energy back, something heavy settles in the room she's in, even if you're nowhere around. It's that quiet emotional void, the space you used to fill without even realizing it. And the crazy part? She doesn't notice it at first, but she feels it. Your messages aren't there to spark her day. Your attention isn't there to soften her insecurities. Your presence isn't there to give her that subtle sense of safety and importance. And that's when the uncertainty creeps in. Not loud, not dramatic, but slow, like a shadow she can't shake. She starts thinking, did he lose interest? Did he change? Did I push too far? Those questions don't come all at once. They build in layers. Curiosity becomes confusion. Confusion becomes tension. And tension turns into that small, unspoken fear, the fear that maybe she misjudged you, because now you're no longer predictable. You're no longer the guy who replies instantly. You're no longer the comfort she took for granted. You've become a question mark, and a question mark is more powerful than any compliment, any text, any chase. She wonders what you're doing, who you're giving your time to, why you suddenly seem unfazed by her silence. That emotional void makes her replay every moment, every word, every choice she made with you. She starts searching for clues that don't exist. And the more she tries to fill that void with distractions, scrolling, posting, talking to new people, the emptier it feels. Because none of it hits the same. None of it replaces the unique energy you once gave her. That's the dark psychology behind it. When a man of value steps back, it exposes everything she tried to hide, everything she pretended not to feel, and everything she never expected to lose. Your absence becomes louder than your presence ever was. And here's where things take a turn she'll never admit out loud. Once that emotional void settles in, she starts reaching for replacements without even realizing she's doing it. She'll entertain new conversations, reply to guys she normally ignores, scroll through old messages trying to feel something, anything. But every new interaction feels flat. Every compliment feels recycled. Every good morning text from someone else feels forced. Because now she has a point of comparison. Your presence had weight. Your attention had intention. Your energy hit different. Calm, masculine, stable, grounded. And she tries to find that again. She really does. She'll talk to someone new and think, why does this feel boring? She'll get a compliment and think, why doesn't this excite me? She'll get attention and feel nothing. That's the part you don't see, the slow realization that not all attention is equal. Some people make her feel chosen. Others make her feel surrounded but empty. But you made her feel seen without trying. And the more she compares, the more she notices the gaps, the difference in tone, the lack of depth, the missing spark of someone who actually meant what he said. She starts realizing that most men want something from her, but you brought something to her. And once a woman experiences that kind of presence, that steady masculine energy, anything less feels cheap. That's when it hits her. It wasn't the messages she missed. It wasn't the flirty moments. It wasn't the attention. It was you, your vibe, your discipline, your ability to walk away without begging for closeness. And that realization is what begins to pull her mind back toward you, even when she tries to fight it. While she's busy comparing and feeling that void grow, something even more important is happening on your side. You're leveling up, quietly, consistently, without announcing it to anyone. Distance becomes your training ground. Your silence becomes your focus. Your absence becomes your rebirth. You start thinking clearer. Your emotions calm down. You're not reacting, you're observing. You're not chasing, you're choosing. And that shift shows. You wake up earlier, your mind sharper than it's been in months. You hit the gym with purpose, not to impress anyone, but because you're finally choosing yourself. You work on your goals instead of checking your phone. You pour into your mission instead of pouring into someone who didn't appreciate it. Your energy changes in ways you can't fake. Your posture straightens, your voice deepens, your presence carries weight without effort. You stop doubting yourself. You stop needing validation. You stop caring about whether she notices, because you've realized the only approval you ever needed was your own. That kind of growth, it's rare. Most men break during distance. But you rise. You evolve. You become the man you should have always been. Disciplined, self-respecting, grounded. And here's the part she'll feel without you saying a single word. When a man steps back and grows, his energy becomes harder to access, harder to replace, harder to forget. She won't understand how or why, but she'll feel the difference. Your silence hits different now. Your presence hits different now. You hit different now. Because you didn't just walk away, you walked upward. And then it happens, slowly, quietly, and always at the moment she least expects it. That little crack in the ego, that moment where the facade slips, she catches herself wondering what you're doing, and it stings. She feels a pang of regret over the way she acted, and it lingers. She thinks about reaching out, and for the first time, the fear isn't about losing pride, it's about losing you. Because now she sees the truth she couldn't see when you were always there. You weren't just another guy. You were a man with depth, with intention, with presence, and she misplayed her hand thinking you'd never walk away. As your energy rose, her certainty fell. As your value increased, her confidence in keeping you decreased, and that's the shift she can't ignore. She replays the memories you forgot. She rewrites stories you moved on from. She imagines conversations you no longer need. That emotional pull? It's not because you're ignoring her. It's because you outgrew the version of yourself who needed her attention to feel whole. She doesn't come back for the old you. She comes back because the new you is harder to reach, harder to read, harder to replace. And whether she returns or not, the power has already shifted. You're no longer waiting. You're no longer chasing. You're no longer available at the cost of your dignity. Remember this, brother. The moment you choose yourself, everyone who took you for granted is forced to choose you or lose you.